Okay, so we are going over place value. So this is a place value chart, and this is what you have to use to read and write numbers. The first place is the ones, the second is the tens, the third is the hundreds, the fourth is the thousands, so thousands, 1,000s, and then you go into 10,000s, and then you go into 100,000s. Okay? And to read and write numbers, we use these three forms. So to read and write numbers. Standard form is the number itself. Word form is the number written in words. Now, when you write it, you're going to check spelling. You have an iPad at your fingertips. You should have no misspelling of words. And expanded form, this is the place values, which is where your chart's going to come in handy. So if you notice, this 2, let me scroll in, this 2 belongs to the value of the 2 in the 100,000s place, making it 200,000. Then this 6, it belongs to this 60,000 because it's in the 10,000s place. The second 2 belongs to this 2, making it 2,000 because again it's in the thousands place. I'm using this chart here. Then my 4 belongs to this 4 in the hundreds place, making it 400. Notice how these two zeros aren't in our place value chart. Everything with zeros gets left off when we do expanded form. So let's move on to some examples. So if I'm looking at an example, I'm going to go to this one right here, number 2. Read and write a form in the number in 2 other forms. 2 other forms. So first I have to identify, I have to decide what form is it already in. This is word form. So I know I need to do standard and I need to do expanded. So here we go. 408,017. So 408,000. So 408,017. 017. 17 is in the tens and the ones. It doesn't have a 100, therefore it's a 0. Okay, then if I'm doing it in an expanded form, I have to go back to my place values. So 4, what is this 4 value? 4 is in the 100,000 spot, making it 400,000 plus, oh, we have a 0 next. Zeros get left out. Then we have an 8 in the thousands place, so that becomes 8,000 plus another 0 we leave out. Then this 1 is in the tens place, making it 10. And the 7, and the 7 is in the ones place, making it 7 by itself. And that's how you would write it in Word, Standard, and Expanded. So now let's move on. This example starts in Standard. If I'm in Standard, I know I have to do Expanded and Word. So here we go, Expanded. I have to take the place values. 6 is in the 10,000s place, and it becomes 60,000. Remember, if you're having trouble, you can bring the number over here And to find the value of that first one, I got to bring it down, and then the rest of them turn into zeros. Don't forget that little trick. I'll do that for everyone for this example. So now this 5, okay, so I'm going to my place value again. Let's bring it up here. 65,058. I only want this second 5, so I'm going to bring it down to get the value. The value becomes 5,000. We have a 0, cancels out. And then I have a 5 here. We're going to do the same thing. 65058. I know I want this 5, so I'm going to bring that 5 down, and this 8 turns into a 0, making it 50. And then last but not least, I have the 8. And the 8, if I brought it out again, let me do it over here, 65058. If I brought the 8 down, it stays 8 by itself. So then I just turn this number into expanded form. These right here, what I did here, those are just tools. You don't have to do it that way, but you can if you're struggling to remember how to find your value. Now word form gets tricky, but you're going to write it exactly how you said it. So if I write it exactly how I say it, this number is 65,058. 65,058. Now normally, again, like I said, we would check Google. Okay, read and write in 2 number form. So these are more examples. We already did one in Word. We did one in Word. We did one in numbers. Now this is one we haven't done yet. You are taking it from expanded to standard and Word. So another method that I like to use to take expanded to standard is a stacking method. So stacking, we're going to use the stacking method. 400,000 plus, and then I'm just going to stack all these numbers on top of each other. So first one was 400,000. I took that 400,000 there. Then I did the 60,000, that was next, the 60,000, and I'm going to stack it right below. Remember to line up your places. 60,000. Then I have a 5,000. I'm going to stack it right below. 5,000. There. Look at my numbers are color coded. Look at my numbers. Last one is 100. I'm going to bring my 100 and stack it right below. And then all I'm going to do is add those up. All these zeros turn to 0 again. I have 0, 0, 0, 1, making it a 0. My comma comes down. 0, 0, 5, 5, 0, 6, 6, and 4 comes all the way down. 465 and 100. And I have to write it in words. 465,000 and then 100. And that's my other form. To come here, I want to look at this number 2. Write the digit in the 10,000s place. So I'm using this number. And first I have to see which one's in the 10,000s. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. So it looks like I have the 4 in the 10,000s. That's a digit, means a number. I only want 1. But write the value of the digit 1. I have to bring my number over here. So 145,973. If I'm looking for this 1 to find the value, I just drop it below Bring down my zeros. All the other numbers turn into zeros. And the value becomes, 100,000. That should walk you through all of them. We can look at some of these too. Let's look at a couple of these. So for this 3, again, bring it down. My 5 turns into a 0. The value of the underlying digit, the value of this 3, is 30. Let's do another one. The 7 comes straight down. The numbers to the right turn into zeros. And the 7 value becomes 700. This one's a little bit trickier. The 3 comes down. All the other numbers turn into zeros. And the value becomes 3,000.